All right, welcome to the deep dive, everyone. Today we're going deep on something pretty wild for you, something called the Voynich Manuscript.
The Voynich Manuscript, yeah.
It's described as one of the most mysterious, like truly enigmatic books ever written.
Yeah, it's a really good one to dive deep into if you like mysteries. I mean, think about it. Just a book, a collection of pages, and yet for you, it throws up all these huge questions.
I know, right? It's just like how, why, who?
Yeah.
It's a total head scratcher.
Yeah, is it some lost language? Is it a code? Is it a hoax? I mean, what is this thing?
Well, that's what we're here to find out. We're gonna, we've got a ton of info about this manuscript in our sources, and we're gonna dive in and really extract all the interesting stuff, all the good bits for you today.
We're going to go deep.
Yeah. So, where do we even begin with something like this? I guess we start with the discovery, right? Like, how did this thing even surface?
Yeah, so we've got to go back to 1912. There's this book dealer, Wilfred Voynich,
Okay, Voynich. Okay.
and he finds this manuscript at a Jesuit college in Italy, Villa Mondragone, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Very fancy. So already we have Jesuits, Italy, mystery book. The intrigue is already building.
Oh, absolutely. And immediately for you, he realizes this is no ordinary book. It's about 240 pages,
Yeah.
full of these really, really strange illustrations. You've got these plants that look like nothing you've ever seen before. You've got symbols, weird writing, and the language, well, no one could recognize it. It was like completely untranslatable.
Untranslatable, that's a huge red flag right there. So basically, he stumbles upon this ancient book full of weird pictures and gibberish no one understands.
Basically. And that for you is where the obsession begins. Where did it come from? Who wrote it? And of course, what does it all mean? I mean, those are the questions that have been driving people crazy for over a century.
Over a century. So let's get down to brass tacks. What is this thing physically? Like, what's it made of?
Right, so it's an old book, we know that,
Yeah.
about 240 pages. But it's not just any old paper. It's written on vellum, that really high-quality parchment made from calfskin.
Fancy. So someone put some serious effort into making this thing.
Yeah, definitely not your average notebook. And we know that from the carbon dating, early 15th century, between 1404 and 1438.
Whoa, so it's like legit old, not some recent fake.
Exactly, the real deal. Your sources even note the dimensions for you, about 9 inches by 6 inches. Certainly typical size for books back then. Although it does seem like some pages might be missing. Lost to time.
Oh, so there could be even more to this mystery than we already know. That's a bit frustrating, but also kind of exciting.
Oh, for sure. But let's talk about the writing itself, because that's where it gets really wild. Written left to right, which is normal. But the script, the letters, they're unlike anything we've ever seen.
Okay, so not just another language, but a whole different way of writing. That's nuts.
Right. And it's not random scribbles either for you. These letters, they're flowing, kind of delicate. And they seem to follow some sort of grammar. There's patterns, rules. It looks like a language, even if we don't know what it's saying.
Right, like it's meant to make sense to someone, somewhere. It's not just a bunch of made-up symbols.
Exactly. And then we got the illustrations. Oh man, the illustrations.
Okay, yeah, let's talk pictures. What's the deal with these weird plants and things?
I mean, where do we even start? You look at these plants, and they're just so strange. Not like anything that exists in our world. It's like looking at something alien.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what the author was seeing, what inspired these images.
Totally. And when you compare them to other illuminated manuscripts from that time period, it's even weirder.
How so?
Well, back then, manuscripts would often have illustrations of plants and animals, religious figures, maybe some astrological symbols, things people recognized. But in the Voynich, it's like nothing you'd see in the real world.
So these aren't just stylized drawings of normal plants. These are like completely unique to this book.
Totally unique. It's like they came from another planet or something.
Right, and it doesn't stop there. There are also these bizarre astronomical diagrams like star charts, but not like any known charts from that era. And then the bathing scenes.
Oh yeah, the bathing scenes. Can't forget those. Always a crowd pleaser.
A lot of naked women, often in groups, doing who knows what. It's strange and, open to interpretation, I guess.
It really is. It's like,
Yeah.
are these literal depictions of something, or are they symbolic, metaphorical? We just don't know.
Right, like are they bathing for hygiene, for rituals, for something else entirely? It's baffling.
Totally baffling.
Yeah.
And then there are the pages with star charts and zodiac symbols, but again, presented in a way that just doesn't quite match up with how people understood those things in the 15th century.
Yeah, it's like they were working with a different set of knowledge or a different perspective on reality.
Exactly. The whole thing just feels so otherworldly. It's like you've stumbled upon some ancient secret, a hidden world of knowledge.
It's almost like the private journal of a wizard or something, full of spells and secrets. But maybe, just maybe, it's not magic, but a carefully crafted code? I mean, the way the writing and the illustrations are done, it does make you think that someone was trying to hide information.
Right, like it was intentionally designed to be impenetrable to anyone who didn't have the key.
Okay, so let's dive into some of the theories about what this thing actually is. What's the most popular one?
Well, the most obvious one, at least from your sources, is that it's the lost language or a really, really complex cipher.
Okay, lost language or code. Makes sense. But if it's a language, why can't anyone figure it out?
Because it's so different. The script, the grammar, it doesn't match up with anything we know. Linguists have been trying to crack this code for decades, and no one has been successful.
Wow, decades. Like serious linguists, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, the best of the best. But they've hit a wall. But, and this is important for you, even though we can't understand it, the internal consistency, the way the language works, tells us it's not just random gibberish.
Okay, so there's a system, a logic to it, even if we don't get it yet.
Precisely. Which brings us to another popular theory. Maybe it's an alchemical text or a medical guide of some kind.
Yeah, those weird plants, they do kind of scream alchemy to me. What do you think?
Oh, for sure. I mean, think about it. Medieval herbals, alchemical texts, they often had these illustrations of plants, some real, some imagined. And a lot of them dealt with the properties of plants, like for healing, for transformation, even for, psychedelic experiences.
Oh, interesting. So maybe the Voynich is like a recipe book for ancient potions or something.
It's possible. Or maybe it describes rituals, medical procedures. And maybe the reason we don't recognize the plants is because they're extinct or were never even real in the first place.
Whoa, that's trippy. Like a book of lost knowledge from a forgotten world.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when you think about those bathing scenes. What if those are related to some kind of medical treatment or purification ritual?
Right, like a whole system of healing we don't even know about anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, but we have to at least consider the less exciting possibility, right? That maybe it's just a hoax.
Oh, the hoax theory. Always a buzz.
I know, but we have to be objective, right? So the idea is that someone created this whole elaborate fake just to mess with people.
Pretty much. Maybe someone who was really good at languages and bookmaking just decided to have a laugh.
Yeah.
Create something that looks super old and mysterious and see if anyone would fall for it.
Like a medieval prank that went viral. But I'm still stuck on the why. Like, why go through all that trouble? The book has over 170,000 characters, and they're all written in this consistent, seemingly structured way.
Yeah, that's the main argument against the hoax theory. For you. It just seems like way too much effort for a joke. It would take years, decades even, to create something this complex.
Right, like what would the payoff even be? Unless, of course, it was meant to be a long con. Like they knew it would take centuries for people to figure it out, and they're somewhere laughing their heads off right now.
Well, we can't rule it out entirely. But, there's also the possibility that the hoax wasn't meant to be funny, but rather deceptive. Like maybe it was created to convince someone that it held valuable secrets.
Oh, to trick someone into paying a fortune for it. Interesting. But still, that level of detail and effort is just mind-boggling.
It really is. And it's part of what makes the Voynich Manuscript so fascinating. It even led some people to speculate about even more out there explanations.
Out there? Like what, aliens? Time travelers?
Well, yeah, those are some of the ideas that have been floated around.
Okay, I have to admit, that's kind of cool. Aliens, time travelers, secret societies. The Voynich has it all.
It does. It's like the ultimate mystery novel.
Yeah.
But even if we set aside those more fringe theories, the Voynich is still incredibly intriguing.
It really is. So, okay, let's talk about the people who have actually tried to decipher it. And I'm not talking about just random folks on the internet, but like serious experts.
Oh yeah, some really big names have taken a crack at this. We already talked about linguists, but did you know that Alan Turing, the famous code breaker from World War II, was supposedly interested in the Voynich?
Wait, the Alan Turing. Wow, that's amazing. So even someone who cracked the Enigma code was intrigued by this book.
It seems so. Although, from what your sources say, he didn't have much luck with it. And then there was William Friedman.
Friedman? I vaguely remember that name.
He was like the top American cryptographer in the mid-20th century. He led teams that broke some incredibly complex codes. And he spent years studying the Voynich, applying all his skills and knowledge to try to unlock its secrets.
So if anyone could crack it, it would be someone like him, right?
You'd think so. But even Friedman, with all his expertise, couldn't definitively solve it. Your sources suggest that he leaned towards the idea of it being an artificial language, but he couldn't prove it.
So it's not just that the code is complex, it's that we might not even have the right tools or understanding to even approach it. That's both humbling and incredibly frustrating.
I know, it's like trying to solve a puzzle where you don't even know what the pieces are supposed to look like.
Exactly. And it's not like people have given up. I mean, we live in the age of computers and AI, right? Surely someone has tried to throw those tools at the Voynich.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm.
In recent years, people have used sophisticated algorithms, machine learning, you name it, to try and find patterns to decode the language.
And any luck?
Some interesting results, for sure, but a complete, universally accepted solution, not yet. It's still out there, waiting to be cracked.
It's crazy to think that something written centuries ago can still be so baffling to us today. And, I read somewhere that even the CIA and the NSA took a look at the Voynich at some point.
Really? I can see why they'd be interested.
Me too. I mean, if intelligence agencies with their resources and expertise are curious, then there's something truly unique and potentially valuable about this manuscript.
It speaks to the enduring mystery, the possibility that it might hold information that could be, impactful, even dangerous.
Okay, so let's talk about modern research. Has there been any progress in recent years?
Well, as you might expect, there's no shortage of people claiming to have solved the Voynich. But most of these claims haven't really held up under scrutiny.
Yeah, I remember reading about a guy, Nicholas Gibbs, who said he cracked the code back in 2017.
Right, Gibbs. He claimed that the Voynich was a medieval medical text written in a kind of shorthand Latin.
So like abbreviations and stuff.
Exactly, but a lot of experts in both medieval Latin and the Voynich itself weren't convinced. They pointed out inconsistencies, things that just didn't add up.
So another dead end.
Pretty much. And it's not just Gibbs. There have been attempts to link the manuscript to all sorts of historical groups and movements.
Oh, like what?
You've got theories about medieval Jewish communities, the Cathars, even the Rosicrucians.
Wow, the Rosicrucians. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, but the problem is there's no solid evidence to support any of these connections. It's mostly speculation.
So we're still left with the same big questions. Who wrote it, why, and what does it say?
Exactly. And the frustrating but also kind of exciting truth is that we might never know for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Voynich, isn't it? It's a puzzle that might not have a solution, at least not one that we can find. And yet it continues to fascinate us, to draw us in, to make us wonder.
It's a reminder that there are still mysteries out there, things we don't understand, things that challenge our assumptions about the world.
Well, on that note, I think we've done a pretty good job of diving deep into the Voynich manuscript today. We've explored its history, its physical features, the strange illustrations, the various theories about its meaning, and the attempts to decipher it. But now, it's your turn. What do you think? Is it a lost language? An elaborate hoax? A message from another dimension? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
And as you think about this manuscript, this unreadable book that has captured our imaginations for over a century, consider this. In a world where we're constantly trying to quantify, to analyze, to explain everything, what is it about a mystery like this that continues to hold such power over us? Why are we so drawn to the unknown, to the things that resist our attempts to understand them?
That's a great question to ponder. And on that note, we'll wrap up this episode of The Deep Dive. Be sure to join us next time when we'll delve into another fascinating mystery from the past. Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.